Scott Berger, 9 minutes back in action after his suspension with that try.
Yes, an outstanding try for a number 8, and that's why he's playing number 8. You might have noticed him sweep around in that position. Look at him go, sitting on the inside shoulder, just waiting for something like that. That ball was spilled, actually, and he regathered it, but generally speaking, he was looking for a pass from one of those outside blacks.
Just 24 years of age and already senior and junior IRB player of the year. Now Percy Montgomery, record point scorer, 820, extending that record. Super shot. So after a little bit of action from the USA, we're back to orthodox fashion, 7 points to 0 to South Africa.
Well, South Africa just loaded, of course, with ball-winning ability and strike power. Mighty combination, those two things. They put it together. I mean, they are really trying to get the rhythm that they need to beat the big teams in this competition, and they need to keep their shape in this game.
Lucas again with the restart then, and it's that man, Berger, again, who gets hands on the ball. Again, using the left-footing kicker with the angle. Percy Montgomery there to get some good distance. Had been a doubt right up to the last minute in this game, and it's thought possible that Jake White might rest him just in case, but no. He plays 2 tonight to get some time out on the paddock, as they say.
Well, from next week on, assuming, of course, that USA, even if they didn't win this game, South Africa's still through, but from next week on, it's cutthroat, isn't it?
It is. Alec Parker, 4, gets hands on the ball for the USA, winning his 50th cap tonight. What a great performer he's been for the USA. Described by Mike Hercus, the skipper, as the glue in the squad that holds it all together. A gentleman of Aston. That's the club, of course, that he plays for in Colorado. Hercus. High kick. Beautiful take by Habana. Possession is quick also. James looking to get it out quickly, but the tackling in midfield was good.
Well, first up defence by the Americans has been very good, actually. Holding their line, drifting across the field.
BJ Butter, it was that time, the tight head prop, able to take it on. Now, the kick for the speedster. Ndungane down this side. Doesn't quite stay alive. Super position, though, for South Africa again. And this is a very, very big pitch indeed. It's a big soccer pitch. So that was an excellent kick.
Habana, skills to burn, very elusive with ball in hand, but he shows he's not just a runner.
Owen Lentz, South African born, waiting to throw into the line out for the USA. Looking to get it flat to the front, but it doesn't work. South Africa again have the ball. Tony Spreadbury is playing an advantage to them as well. Smith is right at the back, wearing 6. Now it's spun out into midfield. He'll come back for the penalty award. So I'm sure John Smith, the skipper, will want to get 7 points maybe from here.
Well, traditional stuff, Percy Montgomery. I guess South Africa feel a little bit like New Zealand in some respects. England weren't really the competition that everyone expected at the beginning, and they want to concentrate on their game, and they have won with ease in 2 out of the 3 games anyway.
Questions about some of the second-string players who played against Tonga in the early part of the game anyway. Good ball again from the line out for the Springboks, looking to roll this on for their second try.
Yeah, well, it's a very good point, Bob, of course. What you're talking about is depth in the squad, quality of the depth.
Nice and tight, lads.
South Africa have a huge number of good rugby players, but I'm not sure their depth in their front line 15 is as strong as perhaps a couple of other nations.
Let's go, boys.
And if you took away this 15 on the field now, it'd be a big difference in their performance and results.
Whereas the approach from New Zealand has been different, quite interesting. Sort of, we haven't seen their full first 15 yet, as Sean Fitzpatrick pointed out earlier.
Well, what is it?
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
no one
that's
can
a good
name
question.
it.
No. Good pick-up by Dan Payne. He's actually coaching the side at San Diego University these days. Had been expected to retire after taking on back Royal Mission Beach Athletic Club to the national title last year. Penalty award again. Dupree not allowed to take it quickly because Tony Spreadery wants a word.
Steady. Leave it. All right.
Concern, first of all, for the injured USA player on the ground. And the South African players, as much as the USA players, concerned with that.
In the side, everything else. All right.
I don't think that's my fault.
It was your fault.
Yeah, the only problem we've got is the first two that I called to you were him, and I thought he had good position.
Did you think so? I didn't know.
Well, Alex Parker,
right.
thankfully, getting to his feet. This is to the great relief of everybody on the ground here. And the decision this time, sorry, may I just say the decision by the Springboks is to go for the post. Sorry.
He doesn't look so good though, does he? He's wandering around. Should keep an eye on him, I think. Alex Parker.
So it's the trusty boot of Percy Montgomery who's entrusted.
It's a little bit interesting, isn't it, that they're taking the kick?
Yeah.
It's as though they want to build a good score or build a solid performance.
Montgomery consolidates the South African lead with another surefire penalty. 10 points to 0 after 16 minutes to South Africa.
In this tournament than they have in the Tri-Series, the recent Tri-Series I played with New Zealand and Australia, their game was built on offensive defence and then punishing mistakes, not creativity, but here it's creativity.
Victor Matfield taking a comfortable ball. Berger picks up and drives again. The ball being made available again for his scrum half. Again asking Dungane to chase it. Guilty, says the referee, of the challenge in the air.
Well, Stanford did well, really well. He was positioned like a number 8. He's actually a number 8, this guy. He's playing blindside at the moment. But he took the ball well and had his feet completely whipped from underneath him. And of course, you can't do that. Take a man out in the air unless you're contesting possession.
Kirkus draws it down the touchline.
Just have a little look at this. So Undungane, he just hit his body, and you just can't do that when your feet are off the ground. And the reason, of course, is danger.
It's finding his man this time. At the back of the line out. His throwing been one of his better features in this tournament. Very slow. Chad Erskine, the scrum half, another South African-born man. Santowski just takes it on. Those couple of strides.
That's good effort. They're getting a little bit of... There you go, there's the reward. Well, that's another way that these teams learn. Teams like the United States learn on a tournament like this. Everybody's surrounded by rugby. They're watching games all the time, and they're watching the technique of teams that have problems, like the situation of stationary ball wanting to go forward. And the American team is emulating other teams in the competition in that scenario just there. And they were rewarded with a penalty and a chance to put some points on the board.
It'll be the skipper, Mike Kirkus, their record point scorer. 376 going into this game.
He's moved around a bit, Bob, hasn't he?
He has.
Born in Australia.
Yeah.
Played up in Sale, wasn't
He played in Sale, he's played in Wales and Llanelli and the Newport Gwent Dragons. Now back again with Belmont Shore in the USA, in California. Kirkus, a picture of concentration, USA skipper. The crowd tell you they're delighted. It's gone between the posts. The USA are on the board. Almost 20 minutes played. South Africa now 10-3.
So will there be response from South Africa here? I'm thinking there will be. And I'd say they'll be putting it high in the air and contesting it. No, wrong.
James goes deep, all the way down again to Ngwenya. Maintains the possession this time. Erskine. Berger with Montgomery. Switching it to James immediately. Then the kick. Looking for field position. It's a bit of luck. But the USA managed to combine to get the ball away.
Yes, it was interesting, wasn't it? They spread the ball, Berger, Montgomery, and then James kicked for field position, which I found surprising. I'm looking for indications of Eddie Jones's influence, Bob, is what I'm looking for, because he's a recent acquisition by the South Africans, Springboks, and a very good one too, I would say.
Good recovery by South Africa. The throw that time was not really very good, but they have control of it now at the back, and Berger explodes to life once more into the 22. Clever intercepts, but coming from an offside position. This will be a penalty.
Only just, though. I reckon it was worth a go.
Always worth a gamble, isn't it, to have a go in that position and go for the interception?
Well, all you have to do is be behind the last man's feet, and I tell you, you see that little hesitation there? Maybe he did leave it just a little bit early, but if you're behind the last man's feet and that ball is out of that ruck, you can go. And if you intercept it, you're away. And a lot of referees might think, oh, he must have been offside, you know? I hate it when referees do that. Not quite sure, but they blow the whistle anyway.
Percy Montgomery takes us into the corner. So the skipper will throw into this line-out.
Magnificent line-out. It's their strength. Matt Field reigns supreme in this part globally.
Beautiful take, missing his normal partner. 33 occasions back his Butter. At the moment, Butter's made all 3 starts so far, so really does need a rest.
They're just patiently waiting. South Africa working one way then the other. And now they're sort of slowly going ahead.
Berger again in the middle of it all.
And of course, the Americans have to regroup, rally, and stop the momentum, and that's not easy. Especially when your legs are just pumping away and the ball's secure at the back there.
As Durant's in the middle of it all too.
There's a try coming
just
up.
short of the line. Body's in the way.
Let go, 7 red! Let go, 7 red! Let go! Let go,
Tony
lads! Let
Spredbury
go!
again playing an advantage. And here comes the ball for South Africa. Lost though in the act of scoring. But they'll come back again for the penalty, and here a yellow card. First of the game. I think it's Todd Clever.
Well, I think that's pedantic. I think that's a pedantic decision. The player failed to make the goal line. Clever went in for the ball. The referee yelled out, let it go, and he was saying that because he considered a ruck. And he did let it go, and he sent him off anyway.
10 minutes away from the action for Todd Clever. So quite understandably, immediately, South Africa go for the scrum.
Thank you. Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Stanfield, 6 guarding this blind side as Berger takes it on, but they've lost control of it to the USA. They'll go down again once more. It'll be Springbok ball, and again, not a popular decision.
Ball up, ball up.
No, well, he's controlling the match.